Very briefly, let me ask you, what was your feelings on the stage? You said it was your very first TEDx talk.
It was fun. It's nice. It's a nice hall. There's a lot of people here. There's a bit of noise from the audience, which is a good thing. It helps you give a good talk and to know that you're connecting with people. So I think all day it's gone really well. Everyone's been involved all the way through.
Do you feel like flying around the world and talking to people about your invention?
I've been doing a bit of that since about January when it became public.
How many places have you been so far?
I think this is about the 10th time I've given a talk. A lot of them, mostly in the UK, but I've been to a couple of other countries. In Boston was a good one.
And can you please summarize very briefly for the people who were not watching your talk, and maybe just within 1 minute explain what's about and what's the benefits of it?
So what we did was we managed to use DNA, which is the chemical in all the cells of your body that has the genomic information, the information that tells your cells how to make your body work. We use the same chemicals for storing human-generated information, digital information from on a computer. And so we made a code that would take the computer information and put it into a DNA language. And then a company made the DNA, physical DNA for us, and they transported that to us. And we put it back in a machine that can read it to make sure everything works, and it all worked great. And DNA has some really good advantages for storing information. So we know it works, it's lasted a long time. Life on Earth has lasted over 3 billion years using DNA to transmit information. And you can get a vast amount of information into a really small space with DNA. So something the size of your little finger, you can store a million CDs of information in that much DNA. And it lasts a really long time. So once you've made it, it's safe and it's secure. We'll be able to read it in the future because we'll always be interested in DNA. And it will last tens of thousands of years with no work needing to be done, no maintenance and no cost.
It sounds like a real science fiction to me, to be honest. And let me ask you, you mentioned that this idea came up during the coffee break with your colleagues. Is that really true, or it was very, very big evolvement of the idea during the recent years or months?
No, the idea was in a hotel bar actually in Hamburg in Germany. At the end of a meeting when we'd been worrying about the normal ways of storing a lot of information in the scientific institute where I work. And at the end of the meeting we were joking after some beers and saying, wasn't there some way we could, another way we could store information that wouldn't cost so much, it wouldn't take up so much space. And someone suggested that DNA was really efficient, and then we spent the rest of the evening drinking beers and working out if it was possible to do some kind of experiment to see if that was really possible. So that was 3 years ago, and we've been working in the last 3 years or so to turn those first ideas into a working system. And we have a working system now. It's not something you could sell commercially maybe, yet it needs more work. It's like if we'd invented the very first disk drive, right? It's not very good and it's not very efficient, but it's the beginning of an idea that might be valuable in the future.
And if you can explain to our viewers, whoever is watching us across the globe, what do you see as the future? Is everyone will be carrying, our own blood in a pocket, and just whenever you need it, you plug it into a computer somehow and transmit the information inside into the computer, or how do you see the usage of it?
So I don't think it will be something you'll carry around personally. I think it will be like cloud computers work now. So you have your own computer, you'll still use a normal computer, it won't have DNA in it, but when you're ready, when you have some information that's really important to you and you want to keep it safe, you'll upload it to a commercial system somewhere else, like cloud computing, but they won't store it in a computer or in a hard disk. They will convert it into actual DNA. And then they'll send that back to you for you to have if you want to look after it, or they'll offer a service where they'll store it somewhere safely for you.